One man, 100 guests, 1,000 drinks. Drinking with Jason.
Well, hello there. Welcome to Drinking with Jason, episode number 16. I think I should really look that up before I start these damn episodes. This week, I am drinking some swill with the author of Run, an apocalyptic thriller, Rich Restucci. I don't know why I sang your name, but what's going on, man?
That works for me. You want to sing it? Sing it. What's going on? A lot.
I totally fumbled the name of your book there. Run, a post-apocalyptic thriller, right?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
It's just Run. A post-apocalyptic thriller is to tell you what the hell it is.
Right. That's to
Yeah.
get your keyword stuffing there in the title.
So people can say, "Ooh, post-apocalyptic. I want to read that," or "Ooh, post-apocalyptic. No friggin' way. I want to go read Pride and Prejudice without the zombies."
Yeah, a little bit of a difference there.
Yeah.
So just to put this out there right away, one thing I do not do on this podcast is have new authors on, because typically they annoy the ever-living shit out of me.
Well, I'm gonna probably do that anyway. So.
I know how I was. I was always wanting to talk about my book or talk about and so I always try to get people who have several novels out.
Mhm.
But you had emailed me, and first I was like, "Who the hell is this guy?" And I looked it up. You've got one novel out, and it is done.
Two now.
Two.
now. Yeah, this thing just came out the other day. Where is it? Yeah. Chaos Theory. Just came out. Just got it. It just came out like 2 weeks ago, I think. So there's two.
Oh, okay. So it was after we were emailing. Okay.
Yes,
All right.
exactly. Yeah.
All right. But I saw your first book, Run, has done really well.
Yeah, did okay.
That's shocking, man, for a first novel.
The word is shocked. Yeah, I was really surprised. The 4 or 5 days after it came out, Gary from Severed Press is my publisher. He sent me an email and he said, "Congratulations on being in the top 100 in horror on Amazon." I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Top one? I figured I published a book. 10 of my friends would buy the book, and I'd sell 10 copies, and that was it. And so I looked at it, and it was like 800 copies sold. It's like, are you kidding me? I mean, they're all Kindle copies. I mean, that's what sells books now. But I kept
Don't shit on Kindle
following
copies, man. I made my work Kindle copies.
Exactly. So I kept following it, looking at it each other day. It got up to the number like 2 or 3 or something like that, and it was it was in that specific post-apocalyptic genre, and it did really well. And then of course it started falling, and it went up and it went down. But I couldn't believe how well it sold. But there have been, of course, negative reviews as well. But, shit happens.
Yeah, you ignore those. So before we get into your writing and all this shit you do, who the hell are you? I didn't know you were. You emailed me and said you wanted to drink on the show.
I belong to it's a sort of a zombie fun site. It's called zombiefiend.com. And one of the guys on there said, "Hey, have you ever heard of this Drinking with Jason?" I was like, "No. Why would I have heard of Drinking with? What the hell is that?" And then I saw that you had SP Durnan, and
Now, was he the asshole who asked?
No, I haven't spoken with SP, and I would like to believe that he remembers who I am, but it's been probably a year and a half, and it was only ever email. And he was on Zombie Palooza, and I talked to him a couple times via another website, crazy website we're on. He sent me his book, that type of thing. He's a nice guy, but anyway, this other guy said, "Have you seen this Drinking with Jason thing?" I said, "No. Drinking. What the hell is that?" So I looked you up, and I saw that interview. I saw you drinking with SP. I was like, "That's the shit. I got to do that." So I sent you an email, and it was very brief. I said, "Hey, let's drink." And you emailed me back, which I was shocked at. I figured you'd say exactly, "Who the hell is this guy? I don't want to talk to him. What a dick."
Oh, I did. I just didn't say it in the email.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't say it in the email. And so you emailed me back, and here we are.
Yeah, well, like I said, I get emails from new authors quite a bit because they're always trying to just
Boost.
throw shit against the wall to see what sticks. And I always look them up. I'm like, one book, email me in a year or something. Not that this show is huge or anything, but I did this to meet authors or actors or narrators or whatever, anyone that is doing things that they're moving. people that would be interesting to talk to. So if you have one book out, cool, as long as it's something that's moved or, whatever. So yeah, I saw you'd been signed by Severed Press and you had the audiobook by Tantor. Is that right?
That's correct.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well done.
Like I said, it worked out pretty well. It's been translated into German at least, and there was talk about Japanese. I don't know what's going on with that. So yeah, it's
well
got
done.
like 3 or 4 formats. It's like I said, it's doing a hell of a lot better than I ever thought it would.
Okay, so some asshole on a website said, check out Drinking with Jason. You emailed me, and here we are.
Correct.
How did you get into writing? I saw on Amazon it said you're a chemist.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I work for let's just say I work for a company that we do environmental chemistry. Like we get samples from all over the world, sediment samples, tissue samples, water samples, and we tell whoever client we have what's in it and how much, and whether it's good, and whether they can do this or build a school here, or they have to go dump this in the ocean or in the have to get it treated or whatever. That's pretty much what I do.
Cool.
Yeah, it's good. It's pays the bills. Definitely
that's important when you're a writer because
yeah. Well, no, that's where we differ. See, you're a writer. I'm a guy that clacks on his keyboard at lunchtime sometimes, and I was fortunate enough to get a couple books published. I would like to be a writer, but there's not a ton of time for me. This whole work thing gets in the way.
So you see yourself more as a hobbyist?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'd like to do it full time, but I just looking at this first book made me so far. The first check was like $4,000, which was for me. I was like, holy crap! That's
shit,
fantastic.
Yeah, that's great.
Right, and that was from April 1st to June 30th. So everything after that is going to be gravy anyway. So I mean, that was great. Now, if I could do that every month, if I could pump out a book a month, which I can't do, but if I could do that and I could make say $6,000 or $7,000 a month, then shit, yeah, I would jump all over that. But I don't see that happen. I'm not good enough. I mean, I see what I have. People like it. And
prepare yourself for Jason's writing philosophy. I'm sure it's very important to you. I see anyone who has written a book and is able to sell it to someone other than their friends or family as an author. I do.
I love this plan. I am now an author, as per Jason.
Exactly. Now that doesn't mean you're a full-time author. That is not for everyone. That is for crazy people, very prolific people, and lucky people.
Yeah.
I'm a crazy person. I'm not really any of the other thing. Well, maybe crazy. I could see that, but yeah, you've killed it with your first book. My first book was a turkey. So is this the first book you ever wrote?
Dude, I started writing this book when I was about 15. I just put things down on paper and I was like,
so 4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah, right. The day before yesterday. So I just said, screw it. This is not for me. I went and I did everything I wanted to do. Started a family, which I still have. That's very nice. And then
I figured that's who was dead in the background behind that sheet you have hanging.
Yeah, well, dead hooker storage right there.
Okay, so I figured something was stuffed
can't
back
show
there.
that on YouTube. I mean, forget about it.
Sure.
So, I mean, and then I just came across it again. I was like, all right, screw it. I'll just put it together. Lead character's name is Rick. He's a cop. All right, you see where this is going?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
man.
so when it was going to get published, I'm like, and he's got a young kid with him. Do I change the name of this? Do I make him a friggin' Xerox repair technician? I don't know. I was like,
is his partner banging his wife?
No. Well, it came out before that. I had read or seen the Walking Dead comic books, but I have never really gotten it. I could not tell you that the lead character was Rick. But this came out. Actually, I published this to the website in 2010, like April or something like that. It came out before The Walking Dead.
What website is this?
It is. God damn it!
It's not that important.
I'm just curious. No, I know this like the back of my hand. It's just escaping me right now because I go there all the time. Homepageofthedead.com. I cannot believe I couldn't spit that friggin' thing out. Homepageofthedead.com.
Like a website with free stories?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Guy's name is Neil that runs it. He's out of the UK. He is a phenomenal guy. Absolutely phenomenal guy. As long as your story is complete, he doesn't really care if it sucks. He'll put it out there and you can read it. You can go to the fiction section. If you're going there right now, it's a shit ton of free zombie stories on there. Thousands. Well, let's say multiple hundreds. I don't know if there's 1,000 on there, but it's close.
Cool.
Yeah, and they're not all free. Some of them are members only. Like when they were going to publish Run, part of it has to be that it can't after I sign with them, it can't be in the public domain. So they make it a private. You have to be members only, and we send off any type of payment that's necessary to whoever needs it. It's great.
Wow. Okay. Sounds like an interesting site. I'll have to check that out.
Oh, it's great. If you want free zombie shit. Yeah.
You posted it up there. I'm assuming it did well.
Yeah, people loved it. People absolutely loved it.
And how did you get to Severed Press?
I actually, everybody knows about Permuted Press. I sent it into Permuted Press, and it was right at the time where they had their reorg.
Their meltdown.
Yes. The timing could not have been any more sublime in the wrong way. So it was just horrible timing on my part. And so I sent it in, and nobody sent anything back. I got the whole, yeah, we got your book. See here, we'll get back to you. So like, screw that. So I found this other publishing company, Severed Press, sent it into them. And he's like, yes, I want it. Send it. Can we do this? Blah, blah. I had the contract in a couple days. Signed the contract. The guy had the thing. He said he'd have it published in 45 days. That's right in the contract.
Which is a ridiculous turnaround.
Exactly. It was 48 months for Permuted. I was looking at it, and that was at their latest.
4 years.
Yeah, 48 months. That's what Permuted said to me. That's what was on the little thing at Permuted when you sign up and say, hey, I want you to publish my book. It's 48 months. I'm like,
what?
Really?
What? It's taking. He's making Avatar 2 faster than that.
Well, that's not when it would be published. That it has to be published before then if they pick you up. So it was on the outside 4 years. So I was thinking probably a year. And this guy Gary at Severed, he said, yeah, or it's in the contract, 45 days. He had it done in 30. And he showed me the cover. He said, no, because I have a buddy that does he does some zombie art stuff. Great guy, Chris Roddick, fantastic guy. And I wanted him to do my cover, but Gary said, no, we do our own covers. And then he showed me the cover, and I was like, I am jumping in bed with these people right now. I just fell in love with the cover. It was fantastic.
That's actually something I wanted to mention. Your cover of this novel is the shit.
It really is, isn't it?
I mean, wow. Do you know who did it?
It was them. It was Severed. I can
did they hire someone? Because
is that showing up at all? Can you see?
Yeah,
that?
I can see it.
Yeah, it's pretty outstanding.
It is the shit.
It is the shit. And I jumped in there, and we just kept going from there. It was great.
That's killer. Now, when did you sign with them, and when did the book come out?
I signed with them last March. The book was out in April. I think it came out April 1st-ish.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
And that was your first novel, and then you just said your second novel came out 2 weeks ago. Is that affiliated with this or a separate thing?
It's this. Not yet. It's another zombie story set in the same world. None of the characters are the same. Totally different story. Totally different part of the country. They both take place in the U.S., but totally different part of the country.
Okay.
But there may be a sort of a crossover, and then I think I'm going to tie them in a few years. I'll tie them together because there's a lot to do.
So you're looking at a whole arc, a whole series.
Yeah, exactly. Now I've got the second book for both of those written already. Actually, you know what? I need a beer. I have the second book.
Hell yeah.
Did you want to see this?
By the way, yeah, I totally forgot to ask. What are we drinking?
This is a mass-produced American fizzy beer called Bud Light. I don't know if you've heard of it before. It goes down easy. Yeah, it goes down easy, and boom, there we go. So let me hork this. My throat's getting dry.
That's a beer to have when you're having more than 12.
You're right, but my problem is I drank most of them already. So I've only got about 5 left.
You had a bowl of beer. Yeah. And looking behind you, you literally have a bowl of beer.
That's the bowl of beer right there. Oh, pizza cooler. Huh?
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm a little weird. I get it.
All right, so you signed with whatever, man. Let that shit fly. I don't care. You signed with Severed Press. How did the deal with Tantor come around? Did that come through Severed?
Yeah. Severed. Gary sent me an email. I've never actually spoken to him. He's only via email.
This
And
is
he
that
said,
the editor in chief.
Gary is. Now, I don't know if Severed Press is one guy or if it's a group, but this is the guy I'm talking to. I don't know if he edits. I don't know if he's the editor, because I mean, I get my stuff edited for, you know, my horrible punctuation by one of my friends, who's another fantastic person. She sends it back to me. I blah blah it, sent it off to them. They very, very few edits, very little stuff. One of the things that I'm terrible at is I put a double space after a period.
Oh God,
and
dude!
apparently,
it's taken me so long to get rid of that.
Right? Are you shitting me? That
You learned on a typewriter?
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
me too.
So
Totally fucked me.
yeah, exactly. So that has to all get fixed, and I sent that in unknowing, you know. And so they fixed that. A couple of these and those, and just little shit, and sent it back to me. How's this? Yeah, that's great. And they fucking published that thing in like lightning. It was great. It was absolutely fantastic. And that's how it went.
Tantor approached them, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. I don't really know. All I know is that Gary sent me an email saying, "Hey, Tantor Media wants to make an audio version of Run," which I haven't even heard yet, incidentally.
What?
But then,
Is it out?
Yeah, it's been out for a couple of months. But I talked to Gary. He said he's got a bunch of boxes he hasn't even opened yet, so it's probably in there. He's going to send me a copy. But this guy, David Drummond, he actually gave me a call, a couple emails first, then he actually called me and we spoke. And he's the one that did the narration for the audiobook. And I looked up Tantor Media, and David Drummond is there, and I looked at him, younger guy, nice guy, I guess. He did my shit for me, so I'm happy with it. At least,
yeah, Tantor does good stuff.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
When I saw you've done, I'm sorry?
I had never heard of them either. I had never heard of Tantor. And then I started looking at some of the books that they had. I was like, wow, this is good stuff.
Yeah, they're legit. Seeing that they had done your audiobook was one of the reasons I was like, oh, okay.
Oh yeah? Good.
Must be a decent book if Tantor's doing it. So
some people don't like it.
So this was your first book, but it took a long time to write.
Well, it didn't take a long time to write. It just took a long time for me to get up off my ass and do something with it. I just let it sit there. I had it written in a notebook with a pen.
Jesus Christ, were there dinosaurs running around you while you were doing it?
Yeah, well, this was before computers. This was 1988. So, told you, I'm old. So, back then, we didn't really have that many computers, and the ones that we did have were large and in the Pentagon. So, I didn't have one, so I just wrote some shit down, typed it out. I had this little manuscript, and I found it. I just found it in 2010, put it on this website. I was like, shit, if they can write, why can't I? So I just
did you update it?
Oh yeah, I added some shit to it, and I made it more amenable to 2010 at the time.
Gotcha.
And yeah, I put it on there, and everybody said, "Oh, what does this one?" When you write a story, people can give you feedback on Homepage of the Dead. And there was this one guy who sent something to me, and 6 words: "Dude, become a writer. Dude, become a writer." 4 words. That was it. And I was like, all right, that sold me. So I was like, okay, I'll send it in. I sent it into Permuted in 2014, maybe early 2014. They never get back to me. And then I sent it into Severed in March 2014. No, March 2015. And the rest is, I guess, history. Oh, but 3 weeks ago, Permuted got back to me, and they said, we don't want you. So I said, okay, I can live with that. See, this is how it's been out for 6 months. Thanks, Permuted. Not that I'm shitting on them. It's just I guess mine was not a good fit.
I think you're the third person who's mentioned Severed Press to me, and you're the third or fourth who's mentioned Permuted.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, Permuted Press, was it 2 years ago now? I think it was 2 years ago, 1.5 years ago. They just started buying up every goddamn zombie author they could find.
They snapped up everybody except me.
They were just emailing everybody, and they took on so much stuff that they overwhelmed themselves.
Yeah, they did. They collapsed.
Yeah, and they completely screwed. It's a really bizarre thing, but it's funny you mentioned that you had kind of just avoided getting caught in that clusterfuck, because I did too. They'd wanted to buy my Asher Benson series.
Well, now see, I avoided it. I didn't avoid them. They avoided me. I didn't not
whatever,
go
man.
with them. Exactly, right? I wanted Bermuda to publish my shit because I had seen who else was on there, specifically SP Durnan, and I had read his, Keep Your Crowbar Handy.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah. love that man. I had read his stuff, and it's different. It's not your straight up let's have these zombies eat everybody type of novel. It's pretty good. I actually liked it. He went a couple of different ways. He's all about killing main characters. He likes doing that.
That he is.
Yeah. Anyway, that was it's a good book. I like that, to Keep Your Crowbar Handy series.
But yeah, I'm not trying to shit on Bermuda either. They put out some good stuff. They really do. But I had really agonized over the decision. For me to give someone the rights to one of my books takes a lot, let alone from a whole series of books.
Right.
And I ended up just being like, and then no shit, 2 months later, everything went down with them. And
yeah. Well, I mean, they were dropping a bunch of authors. They signed a friend of mine, James Jackson, and he had a bunch of series. He had a series that he wanted to go through them. This guy writes an epic book, let me tell you. And he had his series through them, and they did that. Let's buy up all the authors that you just said. He was one of those authors, and then they released him. And I know SP was worried that they were going to release him, but I don't know if they did or not. SP's great.
No, actually, he's gotten good treatment from them.
Yeah, that's good. But I know they released him, and I don't think they released James because they didn't like his book. I think they released him because they just had too many fucking people. They just had way too many authors, and they were like, "Well, this guy's new. Nobody knows him. We'll just let him go."
Yeah, their release schedule was pushed back. Well, you're talking about 4 years maximum. They probably had to mention that because their schedule is out of control.
Yeah, and I can get that with the amount of people that they popped,
Yeah. Yeah. And, that's one thing when I was talking to them that I had not thought about was mandating how early it had to be released. I had negotiated with them for quite a while trying to get all the points right, and that was something I never thought about. And had I given them a novel I'd already published and they'd pushed it back 3 years,
you would have been livid.
Oh, man, I'd have been climbing a tower with a rifle.
Yep, I hear you.
So yeah. Anyway, I'm not trying to make it sound like I'm shitting up Bermuda. I talked to the owner for quite a while. Super nice guy, knew a ton about zombie fiction and everything. I think they just extended themselves a bit too much.
That shit happens. I mean, and I can see why they wanted to do it. I mean, you want to get the premier authors. You want to get anybody that's going to make you a lot of money. And I mean, it's when push comes to shove, it's a business. Me too. I'm a big fan.
All right, so you've written a book. It kicked ass. You just released a new one. Is the new one with Severed Press as well?
Yes, it is.
All right, very nice.
It's not doing so well, actually. Yeah,
that's how it goes, man.
It's a little skinnier, but I think it's a better book. It was written last year, maybe the year before. I don't know. And what it was a series of blog posts that I just did. I wanted to write short little pows and just throw them on a blog, and I did that, and then I combined them together, put them in a book, and Gary at Severed said, "Yes, we want it." So they took it, but like I told you before, the first book, that sold probably 800 copies the first week, and I was shitting myself. Holy crap, this is the best thing in the world.
That's crazy.
Thing sold probably 60 copies in the 2 weeks it's been out, and I don't know what the marketing differences are. Like I said, this is all fairly new to me, and it's more of a hobby than it is, a vocation. It's a lot more of a hobby than it is a vocation. So I don't really know how to promote it as well. I mean, this guerrilla marketing, you can put posters here and there. There's, I know the first book got advertised on Amazon. They sent it out as here, you guys might like this type of thing. It's a recommendation. I don't know if that happened with the second book yet. Hopefully it will. It's
such a crapshoot. I mean, there's so many things that can come into it. Timing, cover, name. I mean, I wish I had the answers, but after I started really taking off, I released a book that bombed so goddamn hard. I was like, I'm going to have to get a fucking job. Like, I'm going to have a job in 2 years, and I'm going to have to get a job. And I had a following. I had, it's a weird thing, man.
It's tanked.
It's a weird thing. Actually, that book was Ash, which I've managed to turn around.
Bullshit, really?
Yeah.
Because I've heard nothing but good things about that.
It bombed so bad. I ended up changing the cover. I changed the formatting. I got rid of the prologue and called it chapter 1 instead of prologue, so that when you went to Amazon and people click to read the sample, a lot of people, I did not know this, but a huge percentage of people skip prologues.
Oh,
So I thought that might be hurting me in the sample. So I did a whole bunch of stuff like that. I changed the blurb, I changed my keywords, I changed my pricing, and then boom, it exploded.
so then you're self-published.
Yeah, I'm 100% self-published. Yeah.
See, I don't know the first thing about that, which is why you're going to have to fly out here, put on the Patriots jersey, and we'll talk about self-publishing too.
So it's been a great episode, man. It's nice meeting you.
Big Pittsburgh fan, this guy.
Are you from Boston? It sounds like you have a
south of
New
Boston.
York
Yeah,
accent.
I can park my car. No, I live about 35 miles south of Boston.
Okay, you're not that far away from me then. I'm outside of Baltimore.
Yeah. About 8
Yeah,
hours
northeast
away.
of it.
Yeah.
Is it that far? 8 hours?
Yeah, something like that. 6-8 hours.
I guess I was
Baltimore,
thinking it was
maybe.
closer to New York than it was.
No, Massachusetts. Yeah, I guess if we jumped on 95, I mean, it's not hard to figure out. But
I live a mile from 95, so
Yeah. I live a long way from 95. I'm not in the sticks, but I'm off the beaten track, so
okay.
to speak.
All right, never mind. You are very far from me.
Yeah.
8 hours not close at all. So what else do you do, man? Do you consider yourself a zombie writer or a horror writer?
Oh, I'm a zombie writer. I wrote a story about a Sasquatch. Actually, it was actually pretty good. I mean, of course, I like all my shit, so it was pretty decent. I didn't finish it. It hasn't gone anywhere. It's probably only 40,000 words, so it needs a lot of beefing up. I'm gonna go from there, but I have other ideas, not zombies, but I just really like the survival horror aspect of the horror books. I just the whole survivability thing. And what I've been doing, what I did in the first book was I had a bunch of badasses, and that's why they lived. Okay, in the second book I had a fucking idiot. That's in Chaos Theory. He's not an idiot, but he's certainly not a badass, and he's got a few issues. And I was trying to take him down the learn as you go route, because a lot of the zombie stories you read are about somebody that knows what they're doing. It's this super prepper guy,
Former Spec Ops.
Yes,
blah,
exactly,
blah, blah.
and which is why they're
Drives
alive.
me
And that's
crazy.
but you know what? Some of those I love those, and some of them just are absolute shit as well. You can 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. But I've gone in both directions with, one was a cop, one was a criminal, and I'm kind of have them meet, I think, eventually. I mean, there are issues with that, a timeline problem, but I'll deal with it in due course. Hopefully nobody will pick up on, especially after they read or see this.
So zombie author, but you said you like the survival part of it more. So have you thought about doing other kinds of apocalypse scenarios?
Yes. Not even apocalypse, maybe something where people are trapped someplace and they're
Plane
trying to get
crash
out.
or an avalanche or something.
Yeah, or even in a building. It could be, one night in a building, that type of thing. Did you ever see the really bad movie called Night of the Demons? Trapped in a building.
Yeah.
Really, really bad movie, and I fucking loved it. And
Wait.
they're trapped in a building. Some people get taken over by these demons, and they
Okay. I always get that confused with Night of the Comets.
Night of the Comet. Oh yeah, what the hell was her name? The curly-headed girl from the '80s. I can't remember. Catherine Stewart. I can't remember. But yeah, that was.
That's the one with my man Tom Atkins, right?
Yeah, actually, yes, he is in there.
Thrill me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was Worms in the Mouth. What the hell was that? Thrill Me, the cop. Damn.
That was Night of the Comet.
Night of the Creeps. That's Night of the Creeps.
Sorry,
yes.
That's what I was thinking of. Night of the Comet, Night of the Creeps.
Yeah,
See, I just
both movies.
Confused.
Yeah, good lord. At any rate, yeah. So I would like to branch out into maybe another survival aspect, not zombies. But when it comes right down to it, when there's a shitload of them and just a few of you, that's pretty goddamn scary. And the best way to do that is to have you turn into them. And that's where your zombie comes in. Now, whether that's, your Romero zombie or somebody that's infected but not dead, Still scary as shit because it's, you know, your mom, the chick on the corner, the guy at the gas station, the rabbi. They all want to kill you. So, and that's what's terrifying is you used to know these people and they're not those people anymore. That really scares the shit out of me.
You mentioned Romero zombies. What are you employing here? Fast, slow, supernatural, not?
Well, the first book I wrote, well, actually both book has both, fast and slow. The fast ones are not dead, but infected, and the slow ones are very dead. But you know, you shoot a fast one, kill it, and it becomes a slow one. Not as fast, but very more durable.
Oh, that's an interesting idea.
Yeah, and it's it paid. People liked it. So
very interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
What I always like asking this of zombie authors, which for some reason I've had a ton on here. And I asked Bobby Adair, and he didn't consume any zombie fiction at all. In fact, he didn't even like it. And he has sold a bajillion zillion zombie books.
Huh.
So it like blew my mind. I was trying to talk to him about the Night of the Living Dead series, and he just didn't know like any of it.
Huh.
Do you consume zombie stuff like crazy?
Oh man, it is my favorite thing. Yeah.
Okay, most zombie authors, that's what I find. That's almost all they read. They watch all the shitty horror zombie movies on Netflix.
You see those books right there? All those books? Those are all zombie books, every one of them. Let's see, Jailborn.
What's the beast on the end? It looks really...
This one? That is actually one I have. I have two stories in this one. They're short stories. It's called Feast or Famine. You can see it. It's an anthology. It's a bunch of short stories. And it's
I see that on your Amazon page. Okay.
Yeah, like 440 pages or something like that. I have two short stories in there. That was put together. That book was put together and published by Joy Killar, Eve Bellator from zombiefiend.com, which is we talked about that earlier, and a bunch of great people on there as well. That's another site you should go to and become a member with them. I'm sure they'd love to have you. We would love to have you.
Zombie Fiend?
Zombiefiend.com. Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah, all of those are zombie novels. There's and that's just a little, well, not all of them. I get the Book of Five Rings is there and the Art of War is there. But Up from the Depths, Denial Measures, Book 1, J.R. Jackson, Zombie Fallout, Mark Tufo. This is a great book. It's called Click Your Poison. It's infected. It's one of those turn to page 371 if you want to shoot the zombie in the head with a corkscrew.
Oh, yeah. I have thought about writing one of those for like 2 years.
Fantastic. Guy's name is James Shanup, also a member of Zombie Fiend. He's going to write a foreword for one of my next books. He's a nice kid. But yeah, that's all zombie shit up there. Bowie Ibarra, Zach Recht, Jailborn.
So do you just read zombie stuff, or do you watch like Walking Dead and all that stuff?
Yeah, I watched The Walking Dead. I watched Fear the Walking Dead. I watched the worst zombie movies ever made. I even tried Z Nation, which now I want to kill myself.
I haven't tried that yet.
Don't. It's just, I'm sure you've heard the movie Sharknado, right? All those ridiculous.
But of course.
Movies. Well, they incorporated that into Z Nation, and there were zombies raining from a tornado. So do the math on that. Run, screaming.
No.
Yes. Oh, that face that you're making with the hand on the head is exactly what I did.
Oh,
it was just ferocious. I just want to dig your eyes out when you're done watching that shit. So, but yeah, I mean, I like Star Wars. I like all kinds of sci-fi. I like action movies. Terminator. I don't know. I'm a big fan of anything that goes boom. I like blood. I like boobs. You know, red-blooded American boy.
What oh god, what was the name? Monster Vision. Did you ever see Monster Vision on TNT in the 90s?
Yeah.
What was this phrase? Blood, breasts, and beasts, I think. The 3 B's of a good movie.
Like yeah.
That's like your life motto, huh?
Yeah, Mystery Science Theater 3000.
So twice, I had you on here for about 45 minutes now. Twice you've mentioned the Patriots. I'm assuming you're a giant football fan.
Yes, I am, actually. And before you go in and obviously think what you're going to think that, oh, you're a fair weather Patriots fan. I was a Patriots fan when they were 2-14 for 10 years.
If you're from Boston, I don't see how you could really be fair weather. I mean,
no. Especially, the Red Sox, 86 years. The Bruins and the Celtics were pretty top notch for a very long time. But the Patriots, thank God for Mo Lewis. The Patriots only since in the 2000s. And
just for the last 14 goddamn years.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so this is like constant wood for me every Sunday, and it's great. I love watching the Patriots. I love watching football, but I mean, the Patriots are they're my team. They're my home team. So
how wrapped up or how pissed off did the whole Tom Brady saga make you in the offseason?
I'm a Patriots fan. Of course, I think it's bullshit. I mean, Deflategate. Come on, really? Who cares? I mean, if it was any other team, it wouldn't be a big deal. And because it was your stellar, your top of the line team, everybody, Tom Brady's a cheater. I don't think Tom Brady's a cheater. I really don't. But again, I'm a bit biased because I'm a Patriots fan. I love Tom Brady. I love Bill Belichick. I love the entire goddamn team. I wish they were standing right behind me right now. One
of my wife's favorite cities is Boston, and I've actually never been there. She was there twice, I think, and she just absolutely loved it.
Beautiful.
But I haven't made my way up there yet. I'm hoping to maybe in the spring or fall.
Yeah, it's definitely a nice place. I mean, Boston's the architecture.
You just have to deal with some of the people.
Well, you get that anywhere, though.
Boston's notorious people. Hey, I don't live that far from Philadelphia. And
yeah, and there you go.
Wow.
And yeah, wait a minute. You just said you lived in Maryland, right?
Yeah, I live outside of Baltimore, up 95, about a half an hour. So to get to Philly for me is about an hour and 10 minutes.
But a Pittsburgh fan? How did that happen?
I'm from the Pittsburgh area.
Oh, okay. All right. So
I moved down.
You're a legacy Pittsburgh lover. I'm with you.
Yeah. I moved down here about 10 years ago for a job, which I quit, and now I'm just still here.
But you're writing and making shitloads of money on the reg, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not. Wow. Shitloads of money. Well, that's debatable, but I am writing. Yeah.
That's good.
So, yeah. I moved down here for a job with DOD in 2006, something like that.
Yeah.
And I quit it in 2012. See, this is what happens when you drink too much. All the dates get.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah. I'm terrible with dates anyway.
Yeah.
Why'd you quit?
Oh, it was horrible.
Yeah.
Working for the government. I think I usually describe it as a soul-sucking experience. So
I get that.
Yeah. So I got the hell out of there, and damn, doing some work. Making up for some of my past guests who only. So you said you listened to the show. I've had 3 or 4 guests on now who don't drink, and I thought horror authors drinking too easy.
You're not going to have that problem with this kid. I buy an 18-pack, or actually my lovely wife, buys an 18-pack pretty much every day. And the reason we buy an 18-pack is because if there's 30 there, I'll friggin' drink them. So, and then I got to go to work the next day, and I'll be, so we'll drink between the two of us. She'll have a couple glasses of wine, and then she'll shift the beer. We'll kill the 18-pack. Last night, there was
an 18-pack and a couple glasses of wine a day?
Well, now hold on. That's between the two of us. There's actually 2 of us. She's not a giant hulking creature either. She's a beautiful, slight little thing. But yeah, we put it away. I got nothing else to do. You know, I mean, I could come down here and write, I guess. Shit, why don't I?
Hey, I'm not passing judgment. Just that's some impressive work.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, we don't kill it all. Like I said, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left after that 18-pack last night.
Well done.
I was watching some. What did we watch last night? Oh, because the Patriots were on Sunday night, couldn't watch The Walking Dead. So, excuse me, recorded The Walking Dead, watched it last night with a few beers, and I left over lime chips and salsa. So that was good. So we did that last night, had some drinks, and that was it.
So you would just hang out outside of Boston, you drink your beer, you watch your Patriots, you write your zombie fiction, watch The Walking Dead.
That's my life. You just named it right there.
Chemistry.
Yeah.
Life's good.
Do a little chemistry. I can
grow you got a pretty righteous ponytail going on there.
I do. Yeah, I do. I think a lot of my my zombie fiend friends are going to say, what? That's what he looks like? Oh, shit. I don't want to talk to him anymore. But yeah, I'm one of the old men on the site. Everybody that was young. Everybody except for the 4 people that I hang out with. But yeah, you got to come to zombiefiend.com. Everybody has to go to zombiefiend.com. Fantastic little site. Great, run by great admins. And if you're a writer, if you're a writer, get on that site. They do what they can to promote, but I mean, they don't spend any money to do it really. But we run contests. Recently, there was one called Infected, and people from the site can, whatever the contest is, go like my Facebook page and give me the best reasons, the best weapons to kill a zombie, and you'll win an autographed copy of my book. That type of shit. So we do a lot of that. They do a lot of that. I'm just a dumbass on the site that.
What is this, a forum? What is this?
Yeah, it's a forum, and it's go see it when we're done with it. If you can.
Well, I'm on the home site right now, and it's asking me to log in.
No,
I don't really see much else.
Well, that's yeah. So become a member and log in.
Okay, so don't be scared off of the need to log in right away. It's a great site if you're a zombie nut.
It's a if you're an aficionado, or if you're trying to start writing horror books, or if you're already a horror writer, then get in there. And I talked to Eve, talked to Joy, two fantastic young ladies.
Is this the website where some asshole mentioned my podcast?
It wasn't an asshole. It was a very nice gentleman. Very nice gentleman.
He likes my podcast. He's probably an asshole.
No, a lot of nice people on there. A lot of good people. We talk about, we chat. You know, sometimes I'll chat during lunch with them, and we just talk about shit. And it's great.
All right, I'll check that out.
Yeah, please do. Recommend that. Anybody else out there want to join zombiefiend.com, please do. Bunch of good people. Bunch of good writers on there. Nothing. Damn it. I really should get paid for this.
Man, you got to get your business hat on here.
Yeah, dude, I just finally made a Facebook page yesterday for my writing stuff. First time, I mean, because I really wasn't, I shouldn't say I wasn't into it, but I didn't know how much social media can sell books. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, to me, it's just the best way for someone who reads and loves your book. They want to reach out to you. That's how most of them do it. You know, like I don't sell a ton of books through Facebook. Like they've moved to like a pay to play system essentially, which really pisses me off. But it's just, I get a lot of messages on there. And so I want to make it as easy for people who like my stuff to get a hold of me as possible. And Facebook's a good way to do it. So you just created a Facebook page. It's funny you mentioned that, because while I was Google stalking you, I saw there is a Rich Restucci Twitter account, which is at Dick Pastrami.
Yeah, that was, oh my God, that was.
Please, God, tell me that's you.
Yeah, it is. It was, you know what it was? I'm funny. I can't help it. Look, see that face? That's why I do this shit.
I saw
that
it.
Was, did you read it?
Before I started this, I was like, oh, Jesus. I hope that's him. No, I haven't read any of the tweets.
Okay. Well, there's like 4, and then I gave it up. And it was a zombie story, a tweeted zombie story. And I was just started off that way, you know, the shit, they're at the door, they're coming up the stairs, that type of thing. And I think I tweeted 4 times, and I was like, you know what? This is just kind of boring. And I just let it go. And that was, God, that was a while ago.
That's a neat idea. A Twitter story.
Twitter story. Like yeah. Well, I could pick it up again, I suppose. It's just been, I don't even know how to log in anymore. What my password is. I could start it over. But yeah, the Dick Pastrami thing, that's a long story.
I saw that. I'm like, oh my God, I just hope that's him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it has all of 5 followers. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
No activity in a long time. But.
No, and I haven't been on. I don't even know what that means, activity. I'm guessing that's just people that
no,
go
since
and look at it.
Posted, tweeted, or whatever the fuck it's called.
It's been years. Yeah.
I'm not very good with Twitter. I'm on there so people can message me.
Yeah.
Okay, Dick Pastrami. Very happy to know that's you. Everyone go follow that.
Yeah. Well, I should probably start it up again if you're gonna come. If everybody's gonna come follow it.
Dick Pastrami. All right. I did want to ask too. So you've got a Facebook page. Go ahead and give that right now before I forget.
It's Rich Restucci author. That's okay. Just the face. That's it. And like I said, I'm not real good at the whole Facebook thing. I shouldn't say I'm new to Facebook. I've had a Facebook account for a while, but I never go there. Mm-hmm. And my karate teacher actually said, he says, you got to get on Facebook. I get a lot of people in here because of Facebook. And I said, okay. And I kept not doing it. And he's getting in my face. He's like, you got to get on the Facebook. He said, I'm going to ask you every day until you do it. Finally, I weakened me. So I did it. And I did it, shit. I think I started it Friday or maybe Monday. I can't remember. But what I didn't do is I didn't start it through my Facebook page. I started it as a new one with a new email. And that was fucking stupid because I don't know how to link any of that shit together. And I got like 200 friends on Facebook, and I was going to tell all of them to go like the page. And the only way I could figure out how to do that was to actually just say in a comment on my Facebook page, hey, go like my other Facebook page. And I'm stupid.
Do you have any likes on it yet or anything?
Yeah.
I was going to say, you might be able to just close it and start a new one.
Yeah, that's what everybody says. But shit, that was a lot of work. I'm no good at that whole Facebook thing. But I need to be, I guess, if I want to sell books.
So no website?
Again, just sort of started one. I signed up on WordPress on Monday, maybe. And that's a free website, and I have done nothing with it yet. So eventually I'll have a spiffy, pretty website like yours.
Restucci, author on Facebook, Dick Pastrami on Twitter.
Yeah, right.
And unnamed on WordPress so far.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. At some point, maybe we could do this again, and I'll tell you all that shit.
No, man, it doesn't bother me at all. Like I said, the last thing I want is people coming on here trying to hawk their shit. I mean, I like talking to people about their stuff, but when it's just buy my shit, it annoys me so much.
Yeah. Oh, and I don't blame you. I don't know. But my shit, there isn't a lot of it, so I'm not gonna hawk it.
Well, it doesn't seem like you have to. You're doing pretty good here.
Yeah, the one book did all right. It did.
So I wanted to ask too. You were saying you consume all kinds of zombie stuff. Yeah. There has been a glut of zombie shit, like terrible movies, and now the Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, Z Nation, blah 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 blah. What have you seen that has been good lately?
Okay, so I read World War Z, Max Brooks, when it first came. Well, not when it first came out. I mean, I read it. Loved that book. Fantastic. Absolutely love that book.
I've heard the audiobook is one of the greatest audiobooks ever. But
you know what? I've never heard any audiobooks ever, so I'm gonna have to take your word for it. But that book was. Have you read that book yet?
Yes.
Okay, so then you know what it's about, and you know how it works, and basically your zombie apocalypse is over, and we're coming back. We've beaten it, and it's about the human race, and he goes back and he talks to different people, interviews them.
It's like a history of how
oral history of the zombie wars. That's part of the title. So the movie World War Z comes out, and I see all the CGI shit in the trailers, and I'm like, oh, what did they do? They fucked this up on an epic scale. And then I saw the movie, and I was like, holy shit, that was good. That was great. My wife, not a crazy zombie aficionado. She watched The Walking Dead, and she likes it. She loved that movie. It scared the shit out of her.
Okay, I'm very glad you said that because you and I are about the only people I know who liked that movie.
I know. Everybody hated it.
As an adaptation of the novel, I did not. It
had two separate entities. Yeah,
but
two completely separate entities.
Just as an interesting zombie movie, I really dug it.
Great premise too. Really.
Yeah, I loved the way they did the zombies, and
all the characters in the movie are in the book. I don't know if you know that, but each one of those characters are in that book someplace. Jerry Lane, he's the United Nations guy that's going around interviewing everyone. The guy, the guy that's pulling his teeth? The guy that's pulling his teeth, he's in the book as well. The Chinese doctor, that there's a story in the book, there's a little short in the book about the Chinese doctor. That's the guy on the table in one of the scenes. I mean, if you look at it and go through it, each one of those characters is in the book. And it took me a little while. It took me like my second viewing, and I was like, wait a second. I know that guy. I know that guy from the book. So it's go read the book, then watch the movie again, and you'll shit yourself.
When did the book come out? Because I read it.
I don't know.
Pretty early. Okay, it came out in 2007. I think I read it in 2008. So I'd forgotten quite a few. But I'm so glad to hear you like that. I really liked it too. And man, we're like pariahs.
Yeah, we are, because everybody hates that movie. And I guess when they were making the movie, it wasn't doing very well either. They had all kinds of issues making the movie. So it took like an extra year or something like that.
Yeah, I heard they had to redo the ending or something like that.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. It is what it is. I liked it.
I'd heard they are making a sequel though, so
that movie made so much friggin' money that not making a sequel would be stupid. So they have to make a sequel. I mean, they really do. But other stuff recently that's come out, I just started reading. It's called Zombie Fallout. It's right here.
Mark Tufo.
Mark Tufo. Yeah. Big
I
fan.
had his partner in crime, Armand Rosamilia, on here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a couple months ago. I haven't asked him to be on here yet, but hopefully he will. Yeah, he sells so many fucking zombie books. It's crazy.
He really does. And I would like to be that guy because he sells so many zombie books, and then I could just sit back, get fatter and happier, and drink my beer and while I write my zombie stories.
He really got in before all this stuff started blowing up.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, so you like Zombie Fallout? I have only I started the audiobook a couple weeks ago, but I haven't finished it yet.
I've read the first 3, and I know there are a couple more, and I know some of the things that happen in the other more. But do you ever read comic books?
I used to a ton. I've read some graphic novels recently, but I haven't bought comics in quite a while. I probably have 3,000 in the other room.
Yeah, well, let's see. I don't have anywhere. I probably have 3 in the other room. But I have been reading some graphic novels. Crossed among them. Have you heard about Crossed?
Crossed or Crust?
Yes. No, Crossed. Crossed.
I don't think so.
Zombie-esque. They're not living dead. They get infected, and when they get infected, they get this cross that runs down their forehead over their nose, and it's like this blister across their eyebrows. And the whole thing is just, and if there's kids out there, don't read this goddamn book. Leave it alone. But if you're an adult,
don't read this goddamn book.
Over 25, then yeah, because it is just debauchery. It is violence and on a level that is incomprehensible. And it's Garth Ennis. I don't know if you know who that is.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Isn't that 30 Days of Night?
It might be. It might be. I know he did Rover Red Charlie. Have you ever heard of that? Rover Red Charlie is a story about it's about 3 dogs.
Oh, no, wait. Garth, that's a Preacher.
Preacher.
Sorry.
Maybe. Might be. Yeah. But anyway, Rover Red Charlie is about 3 dogs that there's a zombie apocalypse going on. And the dogs are, what are they? The handlers, the humans. I can't remember what they call them. The feeders, maybe, because they feed them. And that's a great story. That's a couple, 3 or 4 stories. But anyway, Crossed, Garth Ennis. If you guys haven't read that, Jesus Christ, read that. It's, like I said, it's, you got to be prepared for what's in there. And it's horrible, but great at the same time.
How old is it?
I don't know, a few years. I've read the first 9 graphic novels, and they went on different storylines. There was going to be, I don't know if there is, but there was going to be like a web series on it, and I don't know if that happened or not. I never saw it if it did, but it was so violent and it's like sex violence, a lot of it too. A lot of it's just, ugh. But if you can get past that, if you can get past that, and this is coming from me, I love violence. If you can get past that, they're really good stories. They're written really well. The art's pretty good. I mean, I'm not a huge comic book guy, but those are pretty decent.
Oh. Yeah, I don't have time for that shit anymore, but that's why the graphic novel's been more interesting to me.
And it is graphic novels. These are graphic novels. They're
I mean, just comics in general, like the month-to-month thing. Like I don't even watch TV shows week to week, except The Walking Dead and Game of Thrones. Those are the only 2 I watch week to week.
Did you see the online parody? The Walking Dead and Game of Thrones it was Star Wars and Game of Thrones. I lost my hand. Look it up. Google it when you're done. It's funny as shit.
All right, I'll have to check that out. Yeah. Are you a Game of Thrones fan?
Yeah, I like that kind of thing. Yeah, I actually read the books before they were movies. So
I've God knows how many times I've told this on the podcast, but yeah, I haven't read any of those.
Yeah, they're great stories.
I'm just waiting.
And they were
makes me nervous.
Pretty accurate. The show was pretty accurate to the books up until a point. But
did you see the zombie episode of Game of Thrones?
Oh my God, yeah. It was fucking fantastic. That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah, who knew that Game of Thrones would have one of the best zombie things of the last couple of years? And it's like 10 minutes long. Yeah.
Well, the opening scene of the very first Game of Thrones and the book is a White Walker killing people, and then one guy gets away, and you know there's something up. And then the Fist of the First Men. That's when Sam sees the zombies for the first time. Oh, actually, the first time was when they tried to kill, I can't remember his name, the bear, or the bear's dad, in Castle Black. You saw a couple of blue-eyed dudes that were dead, and I was like, wait, zombies? This is the balls. I gotta see this. I gotta keep going with this. And I had read the books, and I knew that they were coming, but that scene, that zombie scene, was just fantastic, absolutely epic, and I really enjoyed it. The one in Game of Thrones, it was great.
So good. It was just the last season. I don't remember. What the name
I
of the
think so. Yeah,
episode was, but
yeah.
Holy shit!
Right.
I couldn't believe how good that was.
Now, George R.R. Martin, the guy that wrote those books, he wrote, I don't know, it was sort of a novella. It's called The Sand Kings. Have you ever heard of that? Because that is a story you absolutely have to read. It takes place on a foreign planet, on a distant planet, whatever. And I'm not going to wreck it for you, but it's about these little creatures that grow and what happens, and it's fantastic.
What's the name of it again?
The Sand Kings.
It's a novella?
Yeah, it's real. It might even be a short story, but I don't even know if it reached novella length. I don't even know what the hell the difference is really. But it's a good read. I think it may have even been published in a magazine the first time. And I know they did they did one of those TV shows like Twilight Zone or Outer Limits or something like that on the Sand Kings. I saw a little bit of it and I was like, hey, is that the Sand Kings? But I never really watched it.
Yeah, okay, I see it here on
excuse me,
on Amazon.
Yeah,
but I'm only seeing it in paperback. Interesting.
Yeah.
Must be out of print.
Might be.
Now, the only things of George R.R. Martin I know are I've seen the Game of Thrones, all the episodes, and I used to see his work on, was it Twilight Zone that he worked for? I think it was.
It might be, yeah.
That he wrote.
That wouldn't
for.
surprise me.
I've seen some of his episodes of that, but before Game of Thrones, I didn't know who the hell he was.
Before I read Game of Thrones, I didn't know either. And then I was like, so I read the first two novels, first three, and the fourth one hadn't come out yet. And so I looked them up. And I saw the Sand Kings, and I got that and read it. And I was like, holy crap, that's a friggin' great story. It really is a good story. And I definitely recommend that.
Oh, I'll check that out.
Yeah.
Anything on Netflix or something I can see that you recommend?
Netflix.
Netflix is full of just the shittiest goddamn horror movies you've ever seen.
It is, and I got to watch every one of them.
But my wife and I wade through these things, and we find these little gems that we really
sometimes, yeah.
But
I'm an
it's like
insomniac.
a 10-to-1 ratio.
Yeah, it really is. I don't sleep a lot, and so I used to play video games when I didn't sleep. Now I kind of watch movies, and I've been watching a lot of shit lately, a lot of zombie shit too, and there's just there's so much of it. It's just the past 10, 15 years are just flooded with terrible zombie movies. But like you said, every now and then you find a good one. And one of them was this guy in Africa. I think it was called The Dead. And it was worth seeing. It wasn't.
I've seen that. Yes.
It wasn't the best movie in the world. It really wasn't. But it was. The weapons were fairly accurate. They didn't switch up. Like one of the things that I hate, and my buddy James is the same way, and we talk about this all the time, is some guy will have a SIG P226, okay, and he'll be firing the weapon, and then he'll come back and he's firing over here, and it's an M9. It's a different gun, and I'm like, oh, what did you do? And that drives me friggin' nuts.
Continuity errors.
Yeah, continuity errors are horrible. And the average person's not gonna see that, but I love guns, so I catch on to that.
I was gonna say the way you were talking about him. So you're a gun guy?
Yeah, I do. I love guns. I do.
Prepper-ish or just like guns?
Yeah,
how much food you got in your house? That's all right.
I'll be okay for a little while. I'll be all right for a little while. You say the word prepper, and people think that I want the world to end and that I have a skyscraper full of seedlings and canned goods and shit like that. And
right, you've got documentaries.
Not saying that's not right. I'm not exactly. I'm not saying that's not true, but I don't want the world to end. It's the furthest thing from my mind. I don't want people to get hurt or die. But if that does happen, if let's say there's an economic collapse, I'm going to do all right, at least for a few years. I'll be okay.
Oh, a few years. God
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah, I'll be all right. I mean, I won't be able to sustain my power for very long.
How much
But,
Bud Light you got though? I mean, that's what really matters, right?
See, there's a storage problem with beer. There's a storage problem with Bud Light. It takes up too much space. That having been said, I'll do all right for a little while. when it happens, we buy an 18-pack. Like I said, an 18-pack a night. But if I needed to have more, if I'm never going to be short.
Oh, that's hilarious. I think it was SP Durnan the first time I had him on. We were talking about something like this, and I said, "All I've got's a shotgun, but that's all I need because my neighbors don't have any. So I'm just gonna go take all their
Exactly. Yeah. And that's true. Well,
I'm the horrible guy in all of these books.
I saw that. No, he's got a shotgun and a crowbar.
Yeah, they have
no. I'm
idea.
just I'm gonna keep to myself, and as long as I can keep my family safe, I'm happy.
Sounds good, man. Anyway, I think we're hitting an hour here. We might
All
even,
right.
or I don't know.
We talked about shit. It was great.
Everything, man. Just shooting the shit. Good to get to know you and everything.
And you too.
We already went over your social media non-presence.
Yeah. That's true. Well said.
If people want to get a hold of you, what's the best way? Just Amazon or?
Yeah, I mean, shameless plug. If you want to buy the book, if you want to buy my shit, go on Amazon. It's there. Yeah, just Google Rich Restucci. And believe me when I tell you that everything zombie is going to pop up because that's pretty much the only thing that I'm known for. So, yeah, do that. If you want to, like I said, join zombiefiend.com. Do it right now. As soon as you're done, before you go get the dog, join zombiefiend.com. Takes 5 seconds.
Oh, I thought you were talking to the readers for a second.
No, I was talking to you. Well, no, I was before. Now I'm talking to you. And the readers, please go and join zombiefiend.com. And you can find me there. I chat there a lot, actually. I'm on there on the chat, and you'll see my name come up, and that's me. Facebook, I guess. But like I said, I suck at Facebook. I'm just not a Facebooker. But I need to learn. So maybe some beautiful reader out there could help me somehow. My wife's pretty good with the Facebook, and she's been helping me a little. And it's not rocket science. I mean, I should be able to figure it out. I'm just dumb.
Yeah,
I'm just an idiot.
I'm assuming you don't have the best grasp on social media when you call it the Facebook.
Exactly. Zuckerberg. She's helping me with Facebook. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, social media, not so much yet, but I'm getting there.
So basically, if they want to talk to you, they got to go on Zombie Fiend.
Yeah. If they want to talk to me, yeah, that'd be the best place to find me. Or they can leave me a message on Facebook, say, hey, how's it going? And I will do my best to respond.
Okay. That's what I'm looking for, man. That's like I said, that's the biggest reason I use social media. It's not to try to sell books. It's just to talk to people.
Yeah.
You know, people have this idea about authors that we're something different than they are, and it's like I get drunk on the fucking internet, you know, like
yeah, I'm
actually lower in the social hierarchy than you are. So reach out on Facebook. I'll talk to you. It doesn't matter. So, all right, brother. It's been a good time.
I enjoyed myself. I appreciate the opportunity.
Let me know when you got another book out. We'll do this again.
We'll do. All right. I'm not going to hawk my shit. I promise. All right.
All right, brother.